I uncovered the ultimate Fallout 76 adhesive farm for beginners, which yields crazy results in a short amount of time that you have to see to believe. Now, let's see how much adhesive we can get. Just like my aluminum farm video, we're starting off from scratch. So, let the story begin. Now, off to our first location on our sticky situation is Clancy Manor. Take out some cultists who are not respecting your authority.
And you will respect my authority! Oh!
Make your way up to the house, find your way to this room with a tinker's workbench, and here you will find duct tape, glue, 3 military-grade duct tapes, which also contain ballistic fiber, and another 2 glues. All together, and using something called math, equals 24 adhesive altogether, and guess what? That's just our first location, so buckle up and off to our next stop. Next, you will want to head out to Freddy Fear's House of Scares, and travel to the northeast. While you're here, you may come across a slow-motion ghoul like I did, so I put his geriatric ass down. Like I said, head northeast until you find this cave where some honeybees are. Once you have slayed the monsters, I've seen them drop up to 4 excess adhesive per honeybeast. Not bad. Also, they drop gold. Alright, now it's time to heat things up. Turn up our sticky dial, if you will. Come on over to Sparse Sundew Grove, put on green thumb, and come up to these giant pitcher plants that, when you put your hand down their gullet, you will pull out this crap called digested goo, which yields 4 adhesive a pop. But out of nowhere, a legendary sheep squatch pops out of nowhere. It was a massive fight, for about 5 seconds. But anyway, continue harvesting. I found 6 of these bad boys at this location, and with green thumb, I got 2 a pop. So, back to that thing called math, that's 12 digested goo, and with each goo yielding 4 adhesive, that's...
Great Scott!
48 adhesive. And that's just our first spot where these plants are. Just to the east, go to Glass Cavern, where there are an additional 7 more plants, and also some duct tape in this building. Be careful, however, because there are scorch beasts that prowl the area. So if you're a low level, then just try and run like a madman.
For no particular reason, I just kept on going.
So altogether, that's 104 adhesive with just these 2 spots. We are not done, however, because it's your lucky day. Now I'm going to show you a method that only the Fallout pros know. A way to collect unlimited adhesive that would even shock Preston Garvey himself. You will want corn, mute fruit, potatoes, and purified water. Some good spots to collect these are either Lewis & Sons Farming Supply or Cobbleton Farm. Gather the farming supplies and make your way back to your camp. Put on your farming boots and plant that shit along with some water purifiers. Now, I don't have my camp near water, but if you did, then you can place a better purifier for even more water. Place down some generators, wire them up, and you're good to go. But wait, you're probably thinking, okay, Cubby, now, I played Fallout 4, and I know what an adhesive farm is. Ha ha! That's where this is different, because once you progress through the game, you can get your hands on something called a turbo fertilizer collector that generates these food grenades that, when you throw them onto your crops, it automatically grows your crops right back. Make sure to have green thumb equipped and keep harvesting and collecting these grenades, and just repeat the process over and over and over again to get as much as you desire. Go over to your grill of choice, put on your apron in Super Duper, and cook some vegetable starch that yields 2 adhesive apiece. But then, I turned up the dial even more. I server hopped over and over and over again, going through all of these locations, growing crops, cooking starch, etc. And after my rampage was over, I ended up with over 1,100 adhesive in about an hour. Just remember that with this farm, you can dedicate an entire camp to these crops for a ridiculous amount of vegetable starch. And if you don't have the fertilizer collector, then hey, don't sweat it. because you can just play the game, and after just 17 in-game hours, which is like, I don't know, 20 minutes, then just come back and harvest it naturally. Same thing with Lewis & Sons and Cobbleton Farm. I give you options, people. Check out my other farm videos and subscribe if you want to see more Fallout content from me in the future. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Drop a like if you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.
Boom.